Hi everyone, welcome to another one of my Elden Ring invasion videos. I decided to compile the invasions that I did last Sunday on July 24th using my level 75 character, which we see here. So this character might be slightly under level for the areas that I'm invading, which is the capital and the capital outskirts regions. My weapon of choice, of course, is Bloodhound's Fang, which I have at +8. My secondary weapons are dual-wielding whips. So I have a Hoslow's pedal whip in my right hand and a Yurmi for the first few fights in my left hand until I managed to secure a second Hoslow's pedal whip through one of the NPC quest lines during the day, and then you'll see me dual wield those towards the later fights. The Asher War that I use at the right hand whip is Beast Roar, which is very good at catching hosts and summons when they are very low in health. And in the left hand whip I have Thunderbolt for the first few fights, and then I use it on a dagger, which I have for my third right-handed weapon in the later fights. And I also use the Crimson World bubble tier in the Wondrous Physic, and so you see me pop that at strategic times during these invasions. So in the first invasion, I know the hosts and the summons are in this building. They're probably very close to the Grace. Sure enough, I see the two of them. I pop my physics. That allows me to tank that shot from the furled finger, and they really get caught by Bloodhound's finesse. So if it works on one, why not try it on another? But as we can see, this mage is using Bloodhound Step, and that's not going to work too well with how slow Bloodhound's finesse is, or even the jumping attack. So I decided to switch to the whips, which is very good at catching people. You see we catch the mage right there. They move up the stairs and get a spell ready, which I'm able to roll through and then hit the mage with Beast Roar. And the mage is quite squishy, not a lot of vitality whatsoever. Might recommend that they level that up going forward. The second invasion, the host is fighting a boss, and since the boss is not in a room, I'm able to interfere in said fight. And as you can see, I'm using Bloodhound's Fang right at the start to try to land the big shot. However, let's give the host some credit here. I'm not able to poise through their attack. And they're also able to get out of the way of Beast Roar. So now I'm dual wielding whips once again. Caught the hosts, and down the host goes. Looks like Millicent has died as the summon, so it looks like they were using an NPC summons for that fight. Now here's an interesting one. I don't know this area all that well, so at this point I'm kind of just thinking to myself, where am I? And it turns out I'm near the giant staircase, so I decide to head around the corner, and then I see, hey, and there's Bloody Finger. So this means that there's already an invader in this area, and they're probably outnumbered. So I'm going to rush over to help. There's the invader and the host. And there comes the furled finger, who I'm able to catch with Bloodhound's finesse, and now it's 2-on-1 the other way. But notice I keep my distance here until my colleague gets in trouble, because you can hurt another invader in this, and I don't want to injure him. And wow, they're pumped after we've taken these two down. Okay, so this one's quite a long invasion. It went over 9 minutes, but I've spliced it up a little bit just to take out some of the parts where we're just measuring each other. So right at the moment, I'm trying to look to see where the host is. I can see them quite far away. So I use Phantom Bloody Finger to try to get closer to where they are, because it's going to be a long run if I don't. So when we respawn, oh, there's the host right there, right on top of us. And there's the second summons. So notice they come right in at me. I don't have spawn immunity when I've used Phantom Bloody Finger, so they do get in a couple of shots. However, they do not get out of the way of Bloodhound's Finesse, and down they go. So now instead of 3-on-1, it's 2-on-1. But the host and the summons are quite smart. I'm trying to lure them over here by the boss, which would really put the odds in my advantage. But they're staying over here in this field. And you can see the summons is a mage type character, and it looks like the host is using Bloodhound's Fang, similar to yours truly. So I try to hit the mage a few times with Thunderbolt, try to see how squishy they are. Just trying to get a feel. I can't really tell how strong the host is. I think by the end of this fight, I probably didn't need to stay back as much as I do here. But in the moment, it's hard to tell. Of course, I want to win the invasion. I've already taken one of them down. So again, I'm still trying to wear the mage down, hopefully use up some of the magic points. And then I've got 2 overzealous. I'm out of magic points now. But notice the mage isn't healing. So it seems as though they're out of healing flasks. This is a great time to make it a 1v1 if I'm able to pull it off. But again, there's something to be said about being careful. No one wants to make too big of a mistake right at the moment. And the host, we know, has Bloodhound's Fang, so he can land some big shots. But also what's interesting is they do use Bloodhound's Finesse, as you just saw there. But I do not believe they use the follow-up afterwards, where your player will rush forward with that secondary attack. It's in quite a few of my... It's what I took out the other furled finger with. And that should have told me right there the host is a little weak. But I need to get rid of this mage, and then it's a 1v1, and I like my chances. So again, using the whips, recall, I have no magic points to get off Bloodhound's Finesse. I just need to think of a way that I can get these two separated, so I'm able to land just regular attacks with the whips on that mage, because that's probably I'm probably only gonna need to land one shot, and it's gonna be enough. So there we see the host went for it. I'm in the clear. I just need to connect. And the mage is doing a great job rolling there. And I get nailed by a magic attack twice. Getting a little greedy here. And this is what can happen if you're not a little bit cautious. But we've seen the host make some very aggressive moves here. So can I get them to come after me again and take another shot at this mage? Let's see. So in comes the host. Big attack, misses. This is my chance. And the whips connect. It's the end of the mage. So now we have a 1v1. And as I told you listeners, I liked my odds in this match, especially since the host doesn't seem to know that you can follow up Bloodhound's Finesse. So they're healing, trying to get away. I'm the aggressor here with the whips. I did get my flask back for killing the second summons. I never refill my FP, but I don't even need it because the whips are enough. No need for an Ash of War to take the host down. Alright, so which fight is this? Okay, so we've got a host and they have an NPC summons. They're just right on top of me. And they're going to rush in, so I'm just going to roll back, queue up Bloodhound's Finesse. They don't know enough. They roll out of the way of the secondary attack, and that's exactly what I was talking about in that last fight that the host wasn't using. And no one cares about killing a computer NPC, so we'll just go on about our business. So this invasion, I see the host is down there. They've got a magic attack waiting for me, so I'm going to put on Bloodflame Blade, pop my Physic, get everything ready to go before heading down. Ensure there's a Furled Finger down here as well. So I roll back, Bloodhound's Finesse, the follow-up. That's enough to take care of the Furled Finger. This is interesting. So I'm not doing a decent job of landing my shots with my primary weapon here. And I realize I can't really poise through these big shots that the host is trying to hit. So once again, it's time for the whips, and I think the whips work really well in this. Yeah, they really shred at the host. And fancy spin, and that's it. Alright, in this last fight, I've already posted on my channel, but I thought I'd give some commentary. This was the last fight that I did of the night. See the host and the summons here are engaged with the gargoyle. So I decided to make my presence known, go right after the host. So it's really at this point a 2v2. The gargoyle just really hit me there. However, so I decide now's a good time to pop my Physic, but unfortunately for me, they take the gargoyle down. So now I've got a 2v1 with really not any help, and yeah, rather aggressive summons. The summons, I think, is a pretty decent player. The host really likes to use that bubble attack, which I've heard from Fighting Cowboy isn't the best attack whatsoever in PvP. But don't worry if you missed it. We're going to see quite a bit more of it. Now notice the Furled Finger is low on health, and I believe they used, I'm going to guess it was Bestial Vitality, because you're going to see their health creep up. But note, you also see my health creep up, and that's going to be a key part of this fight, because my other Wondrous Physic item is the one that lets your health regenerate over a period of 3 minutes. It's very slight, but it's probably the reason this invasion is not going well. So this is very similar, not to the last invasion, but the longer invasion before, where right there, if I'm able to get the summons out, it was very low on energy, I can go 1v1 versus the host. And I'm not, I guess I liked my chances in this one. I usually like my chances 1v1, but the problem is I'm not really used to this weapon that they're using. And the other issue is I'm out of healing. As you can see, my flasks are done. And I don't have that much energy, especially after them landing that jumping attack. So there's Bloodhound's Finesse. Of course, they've got healing. I try to end it with Beast Roar. I can't. And here comes some bubble attacks, and I've got to be very cautious here. The health's gradually regenerating, but I have no flask to get a big chunk of it back, that's for sure. And probably also noticed jumping there, I was backed into a corner and the bubbles just couldn't get me. There you see I noticed that I should probably refill my FP. I've got Blood Flame Blade on. The host seems content to keep doing this bubble attack, hoping that I'll run into it. So right there they decide to taunt me, and I figure, well, it's go time now. So I hit Bloodhound's Finesse, miss the follow-up, the host ends up missing the overhead attack, and now they're backed into the corner. I don't know if they don't have healing anymore, but whatever the case may be, they ended up taking Beast Roar for the win. Anyways, just like to thank everyone for watching. And yeah, if you enjoy these videos, please check out some of my other ones. And please leave a like or any comments below that you think are appropriate. So once again, thank you all for watching, and have a good rest of your day.